And I'm not going to be bowing down in any way where it's like, oh, Kendrick Lamar can do no wrong. We're not going to turn into what's that guy? Derapy, and switch from being a Drake channel to a Kendrick channel. We're a no channel. I don't do a Drake or Kendrick type of glazing over here.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
Derapy, Season 3 of Derapy.
Like the video.
It's a really interesting feeling to discover that you've been living in somebody's head rent-free. So the clip that you all just heard is from this YouTuber that goes by, I just call him Weekday. But basically, he put out this video where he was talking about how he changed his opinion on Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. I don't really care about that. Somebody shared a clip of him talking about how he's not going to like bow down to Kendrick Lamar and say that he can't do anything wrong. And then he mentioned the name of my show,
Derapy.
What up, derps?
And I'll be totally honest, it really caught me off guard because this person, I don't even know his actual name. I only know him as Weekday, but he was on somebody just shared the clip with me. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I don't really care about this guy or his opinion of my show, because he didn't even bother to look at my podcast page or my YouTube channel, because the last couple things that I put out is me screaming over the Hawk Tuah girl, talking about Dr. Disrespect. I just did a 4-hour live show yesterday talking about The Weeknd. So to hear my show kind of categorized in this way was, honestly, I did find it a bit offensive, but I'm trying not to attribute this to malice, but instead just ignorance, because the guy clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. I have to admit that I do find it personally offensive that I put out, at this point, I have over 400 episodes of Derapy out, and I can comfortably say that over 300 of them have nothing to do with Labrie Steak Graham or the Pipsqueak. What? The reason why I felt like it was appropriate to talk about this is because of the way that I might be perceived by people that don't really know anything about Derapy or what I do over here. It would be very disingenuous for me to pretend as if my most popular episodes of the show don't have a lot to do with Kendrick and Drake and their rap beef, but I just personally found it kind of annoying that somebody was out here like just so matter-of-factly referring to my YouTube channel as a Drake channel that turned into a Kendrick channel. First of all, it was definitely never a Drake channel.
Drake?
I will say that in the past few months, I've definitely made a lot of content celebrating Kendrick Lamar's music success and kind of breaking down even some of his older music, but I still wouldn't refer to it as a Kendrick channel. If I'm being honest, it just kind of screams laziness and maybe a little bit of jealousy, because I don't really know how else to explain it. What I'm actually curious to know, I mean, I don't really care, but I'm just curious. What led this person to the conclusion that Derapy was a Kendrick channel? It's called
Derapy
because it's Derek, me, talking about things that would really only make sense to just tell a therapist about. Like, I was complaining about my next door neighbor's fridge. By the way, the fridge has been moved. More importantly, you know what? I actually don't even care about Weekday. I just changed my mind. This episode isn't even going to be about him. It wasn't really about him to begin with. It was really just about this mischaracterization of what we're doing over here at Derapy Studios. But let's just transition. I don't care. Season 3 vibes. Anyways, on to something actually important. There was this refrigerator outside of my neighbor's apartment, and I know it sounds crazy, but the difference between a refrigerator being in the hallway outside of your apartment and a full-size refrigerator not being there is drastically different. Now, I wanted to address some of the feedback that I got in a previous episode where I talked about this refrigerator, okay? In case you aren't caught up, for the record, because I know I just sound like a crazy man ranting about a fridge.
Correct!
My next door neighbor, the person directly to the right of me, I would walk outside my apartment, I would look to my right, and they would have their whole ass fridge outside of their door. This is not a euphemism. It's not it's not slang. They had a whole fridge their whole fridge right outside their door. And it was literally taking up like a good 30 to 40% of the walkway. Every single time I went up and down the stairs, every single time I walked in and out of my apartment, I would have to see this fridge. I already said something to the apartment complex about it. I went down there and I was like, hey, yo,
I'm telling.
y'all know this fridge is there, right? And they're like, what's the apartment number that it's at? I'm like, I don't know. Like, but here's my apartment number. I promise you can't miss it. And these people had the audacity to ask me if I was sure that the fridge was still there. Huh? A full-size refrigerator, okay? I'm over that, right? So at this point, like, I made that episode, I don't know, a week or two ago. At that point, the fridge had been out there for like a month and a half. A couple of days ago, I went to the office again because every single day I do this, it's part of my morning routine, take like a 35, 40-minute walk or whatever, and I come back and I see the fridge is still there, as always, gotta squeeze past it, gotta curve around it, and for the record, some people were like, oh, you're being a Karen about this, why don't you just talk to your neighbor? And, dude, no, I get it. So like, because I was trying to explain to people, I was like, yeah, my wife doesn't seem to be as bothered by it. And people were like, oh, I side with your wife. I was like, okay, that's not what this was about. Okay, it's not about who's right and who's wrong. I have a personal problem, but I also don't feel like it's my responsibility to have to go introduce myself to my next door neighbor and ask them to do me this favor. Because if I leave our trash can out at the wrong time, we get fined for it. You're broke! And it is insane to me that these people can have a full fridge outside of their apartment with just no consequences, just indefinitely. If I get charged $25 for leaving a kitchen-sized trash can outside at the wrong time of day, what the flying fuck should these people be charged for leaving a whole-ass refrigerator unit, okay? But the good news is, second time I go to the office, I say, hey, yo, pull up on this white lady, seems very nice. Working at the office, I'm like, hey, this fridge situation's getting a little out of control. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, my neighbor's got a fridge, whatever. And this woman hits me with the, fridge, it's just kind of chilling there. Oh, brother. She's smiling, she's chuckling, she thinks I'm playing. I am not. I'm looking her dead in the eyes. I'm like, yes, there's a refrigerator outside of my neighbor's apartment. And she is writing it down, she's taking note. And what's so funny is the black dude that I talked to the last time I was there, he walks out of his office while I'm walking out of hers, and he's like, everything good? And I was like, oh, it's just, the fridge. He's like, still there? Why do people think that I would be trolling about this fridge? Obviously, it's still there. So within a couple hours, they actually got somebody to move it. And I know that y'all think it's not that big of a deal, but like, apartments are not like houses. I don't think you all understand just how close this refrigerator was to me every time I left my apartment. And when I have to go down the stairs, I have to walk right past it. I have to consciously avoid it. When I come back to my apartment after I go up the stairs, it's right next to the stairs, by the way. So they did finally remove the fridge. Just wanted to give you all a quick update because I know certain people were asking about it. I love when people with shows, podcasts, or YouTube or whatever, they're like, people were asking about this, but nobody actually cared. There were people that were asking for a fridge update. I actually was able to capture a little bit of audio of them removing the fridge. This is 100% real, by the way. I just heard the loudest noises imaginable outside of my apartment, and I was trying to like sneak out there and record some footage, but I wanted to be sneaky about it. This is raw audio of them removing this fridge, okay? And I'm gonna try and I'm gonna ask my editor to boost the audio so you all can hear it. It's a very short clip. Here it is. Yeah, if you want to run that that bit back, you can hear them, what it sounds like them dropping the refrigerator as they're trying to take it down 3 flights of stairs, and you can hear one of the gentlemen ask very politely, why would you move it, bruh? So they were struggling, but probably not as bad as I was struggling having to walk past that atrocity every single day. But yeah, the fridge arc ends. Just wanted to give you all a quick update on that. And also, if you're a fan of this Weekday guy, if you know who that is, if you're familiar with this channel, I'm not like expecting an apology or anything. I just wanted you all to know that I know that there are people out here talking about the Derapy show, the podcast, the YouTube channel in a light that I simply don't appreciate. It's not that big of a deal. No beef, no smoke, no war, okay? But for the record, just to be extremely clear, this was never a Drake channel. I don't know where he got that from, and it's certainly not a Kendrick channel now. In fact, there's a Kendrick series that I started and then just stopped because I just like got bored with it, to be totally honest, and I'll probably revisit it at another time. But it's like, damn, man, I just, I didn't put all this work, these hundreds, or I mean, let's be real, thousands of hours into recording and producing and editing the show for somebody to just reduce all of this hard work, this brick by brick operation that we've been working on between my editor and I, and it just to have that reduced to a Drake channel turned Kendrick channel just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I'm gonna let it slide. It was a random stray. Maybe the guy was just having a bad day, and for whatever reason, the Derapy show was on his mind. I don't know why I'm in Buddy's head rent free, but I'm willing to let it go this time. Don't need an apology or anything. Just just put some respect on my name. All right, this is what we're doing over here at Derapy. Way bigger than Lawbury State Graham v Pipsqueak. All right, we're talking about the Hawk Tua girl. We did a weekend live stream. I had a whole thing with a refrigerator. Like, we're doing serious work over here, real serious journalism. All right, that's all I got for y'all today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Consider becoming a member. It's $1. Join the Patreon for $5. Love you, mean it. Enjoy the outro.
Crack in my windshield, I'm pissed off. If you a hater, get lost.
Get lost.
Yeah, it's my show and I'm in charge. Don't eat lemon pepper wings, but I'm the big boss. Please cut me slack, man, need a discount. About to jump off the roof, that's a dismount. I'm just playing. I'm okay.
Okay, but like, are you though?
Sorry for the pause, that's awkward. Start a podcast, cause I knew I was a talker. Yeah, my girl love me, but she's sick of my voice. And you know I'm pro-choice, so she do what she want. Why they hate when I get political? I'm a deep thinker, that's critical. Way too serious for a dude not getting paid. Man, I really need a shave. You know what sucks? Most of season 2 of Dave. Taking shots, but I skip out on the bar. Every single show, I swear I wanna raise the bar. Hope you listen close so you never miss the bar. Say the same thing, but I'm still going.